Interesting. Evening, fellas. The fellowship. What was it? Fellowship of the Ring. Good evening, guys. How is life? Give me just 1 second. Chica, good evening, my friend. How is life? All right, just give me a moment here. Okay, so that's good. People on Discord know. This actually doesn't really work, does it? For some reason, it's not showing the correct number of viewers. Can I like do this? Twitch account added, continue. You also now you can control Twitch. Open stream deck. Yeah, super strange. Just give me 1 second here. So yeah, so that kind of doesn't work. All right. Super fucking strange. All right. Well, let's move that here. Viewers, clear chat, giveaway, change title, run ads, shield mode, shout out, Twitch, pager views. Let me actually try this. Twitch tool setup. This wizard will help you to link your Twitch account with this plugin. Sure, link. Just give me 2 seconds here. Yeah, that doesn't quite work, does it? Just give me a second, guys, before we start hacking today. Wait. Try to say feedback on it. Channel name. This will no longer going to give a Twitch. Yeah. Just wanna hopefully configure this so it can help me with some stuff. Revoke, disabled. Okay, link. It's kind of opening. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. Okay, you're okay. Twitch connected. Beautiful. Okay. So I can close this window. It says. Okay. Well, fuck you. It doesn't work. Yeah, definitely doesn't work. I don't get it. Good evening. Yeah, I don't know. I just want feedback. Viewers. What about this crap? So what the fuck? I just wanted to set up something here in the stream deck, but it's kind of shitty. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work. Kind of annoys the hell out of me. Well, okay, whatever, right? Doesn't really matter. Let's move this here. I don't fucking care. Okay, cool. Let's close this. Let's just leave that there. Let me do one thing over here. Yeah, same, man. Absolutely same. Same for me as well. Yeah. Same for me as well. And good evening, Simple Cookie. How are you doing, buddy? Okay, so yeah. So basically, I wrote some article, I wrote some notes in some of mine, and I told this guy to write an art, and I'm gonna be kind of doing that for Programming Network. Let me actually see what's happening here. Okay, all good. Okay, so yeah, so let's kind of, what is this? That's me kind of streaming there. That's good. What is this? Yeah, okay, that's localhost. What is this? Okay, that's from the last night. Let me just figure out what's happening here. Great. Then I can see myself here. Great. Okay, so there are a few things that I saw. So first and foremost, today we're gonna hopefully finalize the courses today, I hope, or for the most part. Let's hope we can finish that. But one of the things that I saw with one of our validators is that it's actually kind of shitty, right? The secure string is missing some extra characters. When I was testing now, writing this article, I saw, for example, like if I go to my dashboard and articles and this, I think this one, right? I've noticed that we're not allowing the comma or dot or anything like that. So I think we need to just quickly go and fix that. And that's what I said yesterday or a couple of days ago. We'll see if those validators actually suffice based on the usage. So I think I'll just quickly update that, hopefully for 1 second, and then we can, yeah. And I don't know why it's okay. It's secure string. Okay, great. And then contains Unicode space combined disallowed character. So basically here I would like to, let's just update this quickly. So let's get over here and let's go new chat and let's close that, update this so it also accepts comma, dot, and a forward slash. Well, I mean, honestly, you shouldn't be using Electron.js anymore, right? You should be using the Electron.js, in my opinion, is obsolete, right? And I keep in mind I worked for 3 years almost, primarily with Electron, right? You should be using Tori.js, right? So you should be using this anyway, not the Electron, right? And if you're wondering why, I'm very happy to explain why. But this, if I'm building a desktop app, if I wanted to build it using JavaScript, I would be using this. Well, why not Electron? It's very simple, right? Electron, basically, Electron.js is a Chromium. Electron.js uses Chromium as a runtime, right? So basically, so let's imagine. So this is generally how Electron application looks like. Electron application has two processes. This is how Electron works. You have a renderer process, and you have the main process, right? And then between them you have IPC. So you have an IPC, which is a horrible protocol for this. It's not very friendly. That's why I wrote a library for it. I think I shared it with you guys before, but the library that I wrote is called IPC, just so it kind of helps, you can see 4 or 5 years ago, just to make this communication slightly easier, because it's basically the way that IPC works is that you send a message in one channel, then you have to respond to that same message in another channel. So if I send a message from my client to the main, like this, like send message in a channel name foo, I need to reply on foo something, like for reply or whatever, right? But anyway, that's irrelevant for this. So essentially, this whole box here is a Chromium runtime, right? So every time you spawn a window inside of Electron, you basically spawn another instance of that thing, right? So that's why this render thing, your front end, your client code can be 1 megabyte or 20 megabytes. It doesn't really matter. This whole runtime is going to be 30 or 40 megabytes in size. Why? Well, because there's no dynamic, there's no shared libraries. There are no dynamic libraries, basically. So everything is statically encapsulated inside of Chromium. So basically, you can have a Hello World app. So you can have a React app inside Electron that says Hello World, and it's still going to be 30 megabytes. Because when you bundle the Electron.js app, you bundle the whole application, the whole Chrome browser inside of it. And that's really bad, right? So it's very, very inefficient in that sense, because no matter the size of your application, you always have to bundle the whole thing, because again, there's no shared libraries at all, right? Exactly, it's pretty horrible. So basically that's why Electron is horrible. Now Electron is amazing from the perspective of productivity because it's just a browser, so you can use CSS and you can use all of this stuff, so it obviously has a lot of positive sides. This thing is, I think, built in Rust, if I recall, and footprint of this is minimal, right? Same like if you used, let's say, if you wanted to write a desktop app, let's say C++ or Qt, right? So this also has a relatively small footprint because this is written in C++, right? Right. You would build the application almost in the same way. You would use Vite, and then you would do it almost the same as you would write. Anyway, that's not the point of today's stream, right? Whatever, but yeah, just wanted to kind of yeah. All right, cool. Let's just see if the tests for this are still going to be actually passing. What the fuck? Why do I have... is this storybook? It is. Let's go to CD. Okay, some tests are actually failed. Should fail if the string contains disallowed characters. Okay, so this actually shouldn't fail anymore because slash is now accepted. So let's use some other character like this one. And then let's fix the tests now because we now do support those things. Panosa, I fucking love you, man. I genuinely do, man. I genuinely do love you, man. And you know why I love you? Because you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I should, and I will. And you're... Let me just see why is this complaining though. Why is my test failing? Which test should fail if the string contains disallowed characters? Actually, my wife is at home today, so that's very nice. She is to... okay. Should fail, yeah. Okay, great, there we go. Zerio, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. The tests are now passing, but basically like my amazing friend Panosa said, which I'm gonna hopefully have a beer one day with. He's absolutely right in that sense that we need to... I actually also want to add a dash. So is this how, Panosa? I suppose this is how, right? And let's just write another test with all of those special characters, just so we know. I do allow the white space. There is a white space in there. Maybe it wasn't apparent, but there is a white space right in between those two. So there is a white space, yes. But it seems actually, it's kind of funny that we did, of course, we did test this. Okay. Should pass with the given special characters. Let me just try to break it. Yeah. Which other characters are we actually supporting? Okay, and the white space as well. What the hell is happening? Give me 2 seconds here. Just need to fix something on my other screen. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. Fuck, actually, man, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. We need that as well. Like I literally like 100%, man. I have nothing to say. 100%. Oh my God, here's Matty again. Thank you very much, buddy. TypeScript, exactly. TypeScript. Let's support the quote as well, I guess. Thank you for the sub, buddy. Thank you for your support. But before anything, thank you for being here, man. All right, well, that's great. So this is good. This annoyed me today. I actually wrote an article before the stream, and then I actually failed. I needed a comma and a dot and stuff, and I couldn't use it. So that kind of sucked ass. Okay, great. Well, now at least we can. And let me just actually, let's just update the actual comment as well. So we said that. I mean, honestly, I will very heavily start making courses now and writing articles, because I know that that's the only way to kind of also get some organic kind of thing. So yeah, I will actually be testing heavily things which are missing and stuff, because I know like that I'm gonna find a few more bugs, because we did a lot of changes in the recent times, but not just with this validation type of thing, but with a lot of different type of stuff, right? So I think we'll need yeah. By the way, if anyone wants to contribute to this library and wants to do like GitHub Actions or whatever, you be my guest. So if anyone want to set up GitHub Actions for this thing, for this AJV thing and stuff, I know that some people are asking if they can contribute to things. Well, if you want to set up GitHub Actions for this thing, so when I push a change to master, it runs the tests and stuff like that, be my guest. This is the stuff, right? Anyone wants to waste some time on this, be my guest. Okay, great. Okay, so that's good now. Yeah, that's great. Cool. So let's go to localhost now, and yeah. What did I want to do? Give me 2 seconds here. Yeah, okay, let me just do one test, and before we do that, let me just I'll just reinstall this very quickly. And then pnpmi. And I'm gonna do this as actually, I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna just remove it here as well and reinstall it as well. And then pnpmi, exactly. pnpm dev, and then pnpm dev as well, right? Great. Okay, so let's first test if this works. Lorem ipsum is so great, my friends, comma, yes. And is it not? I'll do that, great, question mark. Okay, great. Keep me posted, man. I am here the whole July. I'm taking vacation in August from 7th until 28th. So if you're around in July, very happy to take you for some beers, man. Very happy to take you for some beers, like anytime, man. Okay, beautiful. Validation works. Okay, that's actually very good. That's very good. Now, actually yesterday, so fuck, I know, I'm sorry to everybody who's watching me every evening. I know that to Malaga now, nice, man. It's a beautiful place, beautiful place, beautiful place. So yesterday you guys realized that, so I'm very sorry for that. We need to spend maybe 10-15 more minutes on this validation thing, right? And the reason why is because has text validator accepts the white space, and that's unacceptable, right? So let's just put a closure to this crap, so we can kind of then focus truly on finalizing some of the features. Even though I do have fun building this kind of isomorphic thing, maybe it's slightly a bit too much. It's becoming a bit too much maybe. So bear with me for 10, 15 more minutes on this thing, and then hopefully we're gonna be done. I am actually quite happy how this validation turned out. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's just think about this for 2 seconds. So the problem right now is that the problem right now is this. You type in some text to our rich text editor, right? So, but you just add spaces. Space, 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 whatever, right? We do object count in this, and we count this as 4, right? So this is now 4, and we're like, yeah, length is 4, so yeah, user has typed something in, but no, not really. So we need to basically make sure that the content isn't just composed of white spaces, and also we need to kind of prevent some of the special characters. So in simple words, I think we just need to yeah, I mean, we did used to have a trim here, right? It's just I mean, we could also solve it pretty much just with the trim, right? We can just come here, but I don't think necessarily that's only the issue, right? Let's actually see, right? What the fuck happened here? Ah, never mind. We're not running. We're not running CDA source pnpm dev. Give me 2 seconds here. Yeah. Let me just zoom this in. Yeah, okay. All right, so array is not count object text. So this is a recursive function, right? If type of node is an object, recurse again, right? Whatever. So that's great, right? Remove special characters. So here we have this string utils, and I don't know why is VS Code farting a bit, but yeah. So we have remove special characters here, which is going to replace Unicode space characters, combined characters, special characters, and white space. So what if we say here dot trim like this? So we trim it, and then we do this, right? So trim the white space if there is any, and then we're disallowing all of this. So we just want to replace it with nothing. We want to remove any combined characters, special characters. Now special characters in white space, yeah, but let's see, right? Let's see about that in a second. Okay, So if we go to our tests, right? If we go to string utils test, right? So if we go and say it's composed of white space, are we testing this remove special characters? Yeah, we are. Okay. So well, you don't see the maybe need for recursion because you don't know the structure of the object. That's why not. You know, in rich text editing, you can have nested things inside of each other. You can have a span inside a paragraph. You can have leaves inside of. You can have so you can have nested objects. That's how they're represented, right? Yes, I speak 43 different languages, amongst them Turkish as well. Yeah, basically, simple cookie, in simple words, right? No matter which rich text editing you use, draft.js, lexical.js, Tiptap, most of them, they're represented as a nested object, right? So basically, you know, you can have, I don't know, some block. This is just arbitrary code, right? And then in that block, you can have, you know, some text that then has, you get what I mean. So the state is represented, you know, as just nested objects. So you have to recursively go and keep looking for the text, because at the end of every node, regardless of the type, you're gonna have the text, right? So what we're saying is, like, if node type is text, then do the count. Otherwise, keep iterating until, you know, keep going over until you find every text, right? No, not at all. This is rich text editing, right? So it's way more complicated, right? Okay, beautiful. So let's read some tests to see if this actually works now. So, but this is not actually what I want to test at all. Like, what the fuck is this? This is not at all the thing that I care about. This will remove special characters. I have no doubts about that. So if I do this and this should still pass. And it does. So it does trim the... okay, count object. Okay, great. So what do I want to do? Yeah, so count object text. This is the thing I wanted to actually test. So let's find the test for this. Where is the test? Here, count object text. Yeah. So this kind of what worries me, right? Because let's take this, right? Copy string as JSON literal. Let's take this thing, right? And let's write another assertion right over here somewhere, right? So we're gonna take that. We're gonna say we're gonna take this fella over here. We're gonna say whatever const a is this. Did I not copy the right thing? Oh shit. Okay. No, I did copy the right thing. Okay, no, it's good. It's fine. All good. But I think this is supposed to be an object, not a string. So that's why I'm just trying to get rid of this. Okay, so here we have the text, right? Exactly. So well, first, so we go through each node text and we combine it, right? We sum it up. Take this text plus this text plus this text plus this text, right? That's what we do, right? And then okay, so let's write a test for this. So this now thing should return, should return 0 count for a white space only text. Join all text, exactly. So here, if I add an A, this should fail, and it does. Right. I just need to be a bit more thorough here. So let me write another test. Should return 0 count for a white space only text. Yes, so let's write another one. Should return 0 count for it's not a white space character. What did I? Yeah. That's not really what I wanted, but yeah. What was it called, man? Yeah, invisible character. No, but what was it? Man, why do I keep forgetting its name? I keep... No, I mean, you know, the thing is, right, this is fun, right? I find this incredibly fun. The only problem with this, right, is that it provides no value to the product. So nobody gives a shit about any of this work, to be honest, right? Because I do this just because of security and stuff, but it provides, I would much rather be building features to programmer network. Yeah, exactly. It's 100%. It's just, it unfortunately provides no value to any of you, right? And that's the problem. I think I messed something up. Yeah, probably a bad copy paste. Okay. Okay, so let's just try to copy paste that text properly. I just want to have an explicit test for 0 white with space. So let's just say 0 with space. Okay, great. Should not count it. No, it's okay. I mean, all of this is, I think, good, and luckily I don't have to do this ever again. It's okay, right? I mean, it's fine, right? I'm not, if I didn't find this fun, of course I wouldn't do it, right? I just need, I mean, the thing is, obviously, as I said many times in the stream, I'm not building this product in any of a ship fast, fail fast fashion, right? Because I need to enjoy this process as well, right? If I wanted to build this ship fast, fail fast type of thing, I would never stream once again, right? Because this is not about that. This is about having fun as well. I don't want to count this. I want to make sure that this is not, that the count is 0, right? I don't think that Windows is losing users. Where did you read that? I mean, I don't have those numbers, right? It's not that I don't trust you. Of course I trust you, but I don't have those numbers, so I don't think I can comment on that, right? I don't trust those numbers. I'm not saying that I don't trust you. I think Windows 11 is actually pretty amazing, and I have 0 complaints about it. I think it's genuinely pretty amazing, actually. That's just my experience. I'm not sharing this out of some book. My experience with this Windows 11 that I'm streaming from this computer, right, is has been nothing but great so far. Nothing but great so far. So unless you can show some numbers and some proof of that, I don't trust it at all. I don't trust it 1%. Little Leon, my best man. Good evening, friend. How are you? All right, so let's test this locally, and then if it works, we redeployed last successful build. So the tests here are passing. Let's close that. Let's remove. How can you get the same background? You want to install the background. You want to install the background plugin. I can share it with you, and then you can go to my GitHub repository. I'll send you the repo, and then you can follow. Give me 1 second. So this is the background thing that you want to install. And then you want to go to one of my GitHub repos I think I made recently. Give me 1 second. GitHub. Where is the repositories? Here. Windows terminal config. So if you go to this repository, you can go here to wallpapers, and one of those is a wallpaper that I'm using. So I added a lot of wallpapers, so download this and go through them. My pleasure, man. The thing is, man, like Windows market share is still incredibly huge, right? It's the biggest market by far still, right? You know, a lot of those articles are very random as well, right? So it's very hard to truly know the actual market share, right? I think, but regardless of that, right? I mean, those articles are, you know, like you can today. The thing is, you know, the biggest issue for me today, right, is that a lot of information is based on wishful thinking and emotions rather than facts and logic, right? So there is literally no fact today or no assumption today that you can't support by some article somewhere. So if you say that there are lizards living among us today, aliens, you can go and find an article for that, right? So journalism and generally the desire for the truth is kind of dead anyway. So a lot of those articles I feel are just like wishful thinking or stupid assumptions or whatever, unless, you know, people can provide the source of where they actually found that, right? So yeah, I don't know, right? Actually, yeah, we did fix it. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, sure. Don't take me wrong. I'm not saying that don't take me wrong. I'm not trying to be, well, I am an asshole. So saying that I'm not trying to be one doesn't make sense because I'm just inherently an asshole. But anyway, regardless of that fact, I think that you cannot decipher those numbers, because the only numbers that they can decipher from someone visiting their website is that someone from Windows didn't visit their website as many times as someone from Windows the last month or last year. So maybe they compared visits from Windows this year and last year and said, well, we have less visits from Windows this year or this month, hence that must mean that less people are using Windows, right? Which it doesn't. That's illogical, right? I mean, that's truly the only assumption they can make is like, well, we have less visits from an operating system Windows, hence less people are using Windows, right? Which is illogical to me, right? So I don't know, right? I always try to really logically assume those things rather. I don't need some fast fucking checker or some crap like that, right? It's just, you know, how did you decipher those numbers? Where did you get the numbers from, right? And, you know, if you ask that question, you realize, sure. I mean, sure, exactly, 100% I agree with you. They could say that, they could assume that. I 100% agree. Exactly, they could, so they can say that, and that can just as well be true, and it can just as well be false. That's the point, right? So you're 100% right. I agree with your assertion of things, right? But that can be both true and false equally, right? Because maybe some of their Windows user, right? Exactly. 100% agree with you. 100%. What the fuck? Course bug reports. Did this not deploy or some shit? Oh, wow. Actually, wow. All right. Let me just rerun this. Wow. What the heck? That's super strange. So this failed yesterday. We didn't even deploy it. But either way, right? I mean, like someone said, it's very hard for Windows to fail. And my genuine experience, my most honest experience with Windows, right, is it's really good today, right? I mean, like, and why is it good? If Windows didn't have this Windows Linux subsystem, I would not use it, I must admit. So if I didn't have my Windows Linux subsystem running in those terminal, Windows would not be an option for me, right? I could not code on Windows without Linux. I wouldn't bother to run a VM like in the old times or anything like that. I just can't code in a command prompt, in PowerShell. I would much rather become a carpenter, right? But since I have Windows Linux subsystem, right, then I mean, I'm using Mac for work, you know. This is my work laptop, right? With shitty stickers, right? So this is, I mean, I use Mac for more than a decade now, right? This is my beautiful, you can see those metal stickers right on it, right? I did not, unfortunately, no, I did not, no. I will attend .js though, that's my favorite conference. What is it, when is it? When is .js? Did I miss it this year? I think I did. Yeah, I did. What the fuck? Did they not organize it since 2019? But I'm going to Amsterdam. I'm going to Amsterdam on 21st of, let me actually show you. I'm going to Amsterdam on 21st of September. No, on 19th of September. So I'm going to Amsterdam with my colleagues. We're going to be attending some Google conference. Let me just log in. Give me 2 seconds. So I'm going to be going to Amsterdam for like 2 or 3 days to Google Summit, Nordics. So I'm going on 19th and coming back on 21st to Stockholm. Did I say Amsterdam? Because so I'll be going to Stockholm. So if any of you guys are in Stockholm and wants to have a beer somewhere between 19th, I said Amsterdam, okay, because I'm stupid like fuck. No, I didn't mean so if anyone wants to have a beer with me and my colleagues from 19th or 21st, let me know. There's still some time until September, but yeah, I'll be there, and I'm taking a train from Copenhagen to Stockholm on 19th. And the train is also organized by Google, so it's gonna be a bunch of us from Copenhagen, bunch of engineers in the same train, probably hundreds of people. So it's gonna be a fun experience. I'm gonna try to stream a bit that experience from the train, but we'll see. Okay, cool. So just FYI, if anyone is in Stockholm in September 19 to 21, let's have a beer and hang out. All right, beautiful. So this is actually deployed now. Hopefully so is the other thing. Let's see. Okay, so we did fix it, I suppose. Let's actually see. Let's see if it still works at all. It does. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, beautiful. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. This is deployed. Amazing. How great is that? I mean, simple cookie, there's still time, but if you're on this date, if you're there, I mean, let's meet each other in person, man. I would love that. There's nothing better than meeting people in real life in person. I always prefer that over any other method. All right, amazing, perfect. So this is good. This is great. I like it. Okay. Whew. Cool. Let's close that up. Blah blah blah. All right. So last night, basically, we fiddled with courses and we did that and blah blah blah. Let me just think. No, I mean, no, not really. No, not yet. I mean, I'll be going to the Balkans to see my family, and my kid barely sees his grandparents, my parents, and my wife's parents. So we'll be in the Balkans for a few days or weeks, and then we'll see. I don't like to plan too long ahead, because it's unnecessary, especially with a kid. Planning when you have a small child is very hard, because you never know. But I will definitely do something. What? I have no idea. And I genuinely don't care, actually, to be very honest with you. Yeah. Let me just try to break some of those things here. That's strange. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so yeah, add section. This creates a new section, whatever, right? Let me just test stuff to see where we... Bounty, my friend. Good evening. It's been a while. Simple Cookie, actually, I would very much appreciate if you're part of my Discord to send me some suggestions, because genuinely, we still have to find a hotel. And I actually haven't checked the address, which address it is going to be in where the summit actually is, because I haven't gotten the actual calendar invite yet, I think, at least. So I don't actually know. Did I get any, like... give me 2 seconds. No, we didn't get any invite, yeah. It could be. I'm Codebreaker. Good evening, Codebreaker. Good to have you here, man. How's life? Alright, we'll see. Screw it. We have a lot of time to figure that out. Hopefully you're gonna be around here and there so we can talk and maybe meet each other eventually. Alright, so... Okay, good. So actually, I'm not sure what to do with courses yet, because I'm gonna start actually recording I'm gonna start recording a Fastify course tomorrow. So I think the best way to determine what's missing around this feature is gonna be when I actually start using it. Same with writing the articles and stuff. I think that's gonna be the best way to kind of determine what's still missing. Now, one thing is for sure that we know is that we are really missing a proper nav bar here, because if I go to programmer.network, if I go to production, right, and if we log out, you can see that a bunch of other features, we're about to finish this, then we're going to start one of those things. So we can see that eventually, once we finish all of this crap in around 25 years from now, we need a menu somewhere. We need to put those things somewhere, right? And I have no idea where to put it. Pretty good, Codebreaker, pretty good. Just started streaming maybe, what, an hour ago or something. So good, man, good. Just hacking away as yeah, so we'll need a menu for sure. Like, and I kind of don't have many ideas. That's the problem. Actually, if we just give me 2 seconds. So if this would be our, give me just 1 second. Let me put some music on. Man, I hate this copyrighted shit. I really wish that I can play my actual own music, right? It's just you have to worry about this crap every time. It's just so annoying, man. So annoying. So freaking annoying. Like, I'm playing this garbage music. It's like, it eats my soul, man. It eats my soul. What the hell am I even playing now? What is this crap? Is this even music? What is this? Oh my god. How people are gonna fall asleep. Give me a sec. Yeah, we played that 7 billion times already. I think we played that like 7 billion. Play the midnight. What is the midnight? What is that? Oh, the midnight band. Yeah, okay. Well, I haven't heard about that. No, it's just super annoying, man. Like, even if I play my fucking record player, right? Wait, let's find it. Midnight. You're saying midnight band? Is it this one? Fucking Speed Darkness. Fucking Speed and Darkness. What a stupid name of a song. Jesus Christ. Fucking Speed and Darkness. Is he fucking the speed and the darkness? Jesus Christ. Okay. Fucking Speed. So, but I'm wondering now if he's fucking the speed and darkness or if he's like fucking Speed and Darkness. It's like, it's so hard to decipher. Okay, anyway. The Midnight Band. Those guys here. Wait. Shit. Is it this? Good evening, guys, on YouTube. I'm not sure when you actually send those messages. One of them is a day. Nice. But you're saying I can play this without being copyrighted and shit? Is that what you're saying? I can just play this stuff? All right, cool. Let's go playlists here. It looks super like something I wouldn't want to listen, but let me trust you, okay? Ooh, I like. Okay, let's try that. Is this it? Is this it? It is it. Okay, cool. Read this. I don't have a Facebook profile. I don't have Facebook account, so I don't know if I can read that. Should I put the volume up? Is it not too, yeah. Our entire catalog of music is safe to use in your streams. We love seeing your creativity and very nice. That's pretty cool. Well, let's thank them somehow. Awesome. Whew, okay, great. So that's all amazing. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Panosa. We're gonna be playing this for sure in the streams. Okay, so now going to this thing. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So when it comes to courses, I'll unfortunately have to do a bit more testing here in a sense of I'm gonna start recording the Fastify course tomorrow, or even maybe tonight if I'm not too tired, and then I'll see what's missing, what's breaking. We need to record a course or 2 or 3, use the editor, see kind of what's missing and stuff. So and I don't feel like doing that now. So that's one thing. Okay, now let me just very quickly go over here. And let me just do one more thing over here. And simple, I guess this is simple cookie. So if I go to bugs, so this is now solved. So let's just say here close, that's fixed. This is not fixed yet. All right, cool. All right, there's one thing that I want to do though, and I don't know if we ever did that. For this, we had it for draft.js. I don't actually remember if we did it for this. Give me 2 seconds. So let's go to CDF, which is my front alias for my front end, and let's run Storybook. And one thing that I would actually like to do for this guy is if you guys remember, I think Panosa most likely remembers, with reactjs, we had this metadata parser. So when you paste in a link, just like on Twitter or somewhere, we parse that metadata of that URL. We had this thing. So I think I would like to do that now because I missed that feature. Social share, I think it's this one. No. Let me just find it. I don't remember what was it. It's been very, very long ago. Sortable stars code block. OG card. This is it. OG card. Okay. All right, and this could be. So I can show you Panosa, right? So something's for sure happening, right? It's not like super ideal, but we can see that a bunch of them are getting crawled. So you can see 240 are indexed, 136 are not. There's some issues here and there, but some of them didn't start yet. Then if we take a look at the performance here, we're starting to get some impressions, right? We obviously lack a lot of content. People are not yet writing articles and stuff, but we can see, right? We can see that NeoVim, right? NeoVim, learning NeoVim. I mean, I literally generated this crap with ChatGPT, right? And we can see that Google picked it up, right? Exactly. So for example, I literally I literally wrote this article using ChatGPT, right? I just generated it for fun. And you can kind of actually see already that it indexed a lot of Vim related things, right? So you can kind of see that SEO works. Obviously, it would be better, right? Bounty, I've seen that and I read them, and thank you very much, man. But in simple words, we need people to write things. We need the content. We need so if you are here with me and if you are kind of want to help, if you're like, hey, how can I help? The best way you can help is. I didn't write it, I pasted it. If you're referring to me, Panosa, I pasted this thing pretty much from ChatGPT. I didn't write this. No. Not at all. I didn't. And actually, seeing it now work, I don't actually care. I think I'm going to do more of that. I think I'm going to do more of that because let's not pretend it's not that everyone else is not doing that already, right? But you can see here pages, so you can see that it actually does work, right? Bounty, you rock, man. Thank you very much. I'm gonna make sure to keep watching them. So yes, in simple words, Panosa, it does work. Yes, and that's really good. Okay. So what I want to start today as a project is NSD, my friend. Good evening. What I want to start today as a project, right? Exactly, 100%. And that's so Panosa, what I'm expecting. So right now we have around 500,000 or 600,000 people signed up, and all of them found Programmer Network through the stream. My expectations are probably more than exponential even. So I think at one point we're gonna get enough of content when the signups are gonna increase more than exponential, right? I think so. I think it's gonna be this like a very plain linear kind of line, people just coming from the stream. But once there's some content, right? Exactly, 100%. Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's code a bit. So Tiptap plugins. So we need to create a custom extension for Tiptap. May the God has mercy on our soul. So this is what we want to do, and this is probably what we're going to do next 1 to 2 streams. I'm also going to try to do some due diligence after off stream. But what we actually need to build is, if I go to this most horrifying platform on the planet called Twitter, I think I've created a test account here, Programmer Network test account. How do I sign in? Sign up. How do I sign in? Log in, okay. Sign in. How do I? Programmer Network. Yeah. I don't want to create an account, man. I don't want. Yeah, so this is the test account that I made. So Panosa remembers. So if I go and paste this link in Twitter, Twitter is gonna, and I share this, right? So I do this, I click tweet. Basically, this thing is gonna grab the metadata and inject this. I used to build this for draft.js, and we have all the backend for it already. So we have the whole API. Let me actually close this thing. So we have the whole API built for that already. It's, if I recall, this has been months ago, but I think it's in utils. Yeah, it's right here. It's called get URL metadata. So basically, we're using the scraper that takes the URL, scrapes, tries to get the name, URL description, and the image of the resource, and then returns that back. So in simple words, what we have to build is that when so let's build that project, because we need to be clear. Let's just break that down. So I'm gonna go here, projects, and I'm gonna create a new project. I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna call it Tiptap URL scraper, or I don't know, whatever. So let's create a project, right? Just for this, just so we can kind of namespace ourselves or encapsulate ourselves here. So what do we need to do? We need to let's see if we actually gonna need a project at all. And then let's describe the behavior. When user pastes a URL inside a Tiptap editor, we need to when a user pastes a URL inside a Tiptap editor, we need to parse that URL, understand that there is a URL in a content state, send a request to our scraper endpoint, return the metadata, and generate a card inside of an editor. So this is, in simple words, the task. And we've done this before, if you remember Spinoza. We had this working in draft.js. So you paste in a link, we realize it's a link, we send a request to the API returns the metadata about that link, and then we generate this box. And if you remember, we also have the front end also we have. So this is kind of, this is that OG card. So we already had this, and I just had several variations based on the missing metadata. So for example, if somebody pastes a URL for which we can't get description or an image, so maybe there's no image in the link, those are all the stories or variations of potentially how things look like. So this is how npm, so when you this is how the npm link looks like when it's scraped using our scraper. So it gets their logo and then whatever the description. So we also have that right now. The hard part, right, and also super fun part is, let me just actually stand up a bit. Let me lift the table up one moment. Let me just put this material that I stand on, one moment. Okay, great, beautiful. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Let's kind of see how we do that. Okay, let's obviously start the research with the most smartest thing and see if this guy has any context. I would like to build a URL scraper extension for Tiptap.js. In simple words, want the same behavior like on Twitter, where when a user pastes a URL in Tiptap editor, I want to send an HTTP request to my API scraper endpoint, get the metadata, and then show the URL and show the card for that URL that contains the title, description, OG image. Let's just start figuring out if this can speed the process up. See if we can kind of close mirror state, okay? I actually, the funny thing is that I actually understand this because I read about their transactional model in Tiptap. And that's actually pretty good, okay? So actually, this is really good. This is very useful. This is very useful. I mean, you know, I mean, this might be fun or not for some of you, but genuinely, like, if we can master this extension API of Tiptap, we can do so much stuff with it. We can make the most awesome editor. We can use ChatGPT API and stuff to help people write articles, comments, to autocorrect. So like, if we can kind of figure out this, I think hopefully relatively simple API, I think we can do a lot of stuff. So I would actually be very happy to learn it. So extensions, extending the extension. Let's see just here. Even with ChatGPT, I think this is still one of the most related is extensibility, don't it? So extending the existing extensions, we don't care about that, okay? We care about the new extensions, attributes. Is there, let me just see if there's actually all right, so this is what we care about. Create new extensions, right? So this is what we care about. You can build your own extensions from scratch, and you know what? It's the same syntax as for extending existing extensions. If you think the document is a tree, the nodes are just type of content in the tree. What a guide. Your code goes here, okay. Okay, so let's combine that then with this fella over here. So let's actually see if the API is still the same. So it does seem to be the same, yeah. New plugin key, append transaction, pros mirror transform. All right, well, let's start coding that, right? It would be nice if we could actually just isolate ourselves with this, but let's go. And then if we manage to do this properly, we'll obviously publish this as to their official Tiptap custom extension marketplace. The Tiptap, let's just create a new folder just for now. Say custom extensions, and let's call this. How should we call this? Any suggestions? URL card. Jamo, good evening, buddy. URL card. OG image. How should we call this? URL card. How should we call this? Open graph card. I love you, man. Oh my god, so smart. This guy is so smart. Open graph card. Nailed it completely. All right, cool. So let's just start assembling it. Let's find some. Let's combine bottom up and top down approach. So let's try to build, but also understand, right? Well, you can't host you can't host WordPress on Cloudflare. Like Cloudflare only supports. Cloudflare doesn't have services to run your Apache server, right? So for Apache server, you need to find either a bare metal machine like on Hetzner and then set up Apache yourself. But I would highly advise you to find WordPress optimized hosting, as there are many of them. It's a lot of it is buzzy, just buzzing and shitty kind of. A lot of it is just fake, but try to find truly Apache servers which are kind of optimized for what you need, which is WordPress, right? You can't use Cloudflare for that, right? Cloudflare is not really a hosting company. It's not like a cloud service provider. They offer a bunch of services, but they don't offer anything that you need, right? WordPress.com. I don't know how much money you have. I would definitely, TechCrunch magazine is buying hosting from WordPress, for example, right? So probably the best thing you can get is from those guys, but they're very expensive. At least they used to be very expensive, right? Their enterprise package, I believe that TechCrunch.com pays around, I don't know, $10,000 a month. Then I would go with this. Then I would definitely go with this. So it's $2,000 a month. I don't know if that's too much. If it's a running and successful business, it's not much at all. It's pretty cheap. But TechCrunch is running on this as far as I remember. And several other sites. I forgot. It's been many years since I used WordPress as part of my stack. But yeah, I've heard very good things about this thing here. My pleasure, man. My pleasure, of course. Great question. Okay, so we have this crap here. So add pros mirror plugin. Okay, we have some transactions here. And those transactions basically are just things that are happening when the state changes inside of the actual editor and stuff. Let's go back to this fellow over here. Now we need to detect when a URL is pasted into the editor. We can do this by examining each transaction, blah, blah, blah. So let's just copy this stuff and then let's try to reason about it and see what the hell is actually happening, right? So I suppose we need to... Is this a nested? Yeah, so this doesn't seem incredibly efficient, but yeah. Numinex, my friend. Trying to build, just started building a custom Tiptap extension and just researching now using ChatGPT, just how to do it best. Abusing the robot as usual, pretty much. Not really, we haven't done much of it today, but it seems that it actually has a pretty good context about this. So actually this is pretty good. But this is going to be ongoing. I just hope that investment into Tiptap is going to be paid off, because this is as always going to be a significant time investment for sure, without a doubt. So I hope this is not going to be another draft.js. That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's the only thing I'm worried about, that this is going to be another journey that's going to end in a very shitty way. All right, let's all right. How can I insert a React component instead and pass it the metadata as props? Knowing how to kind of, and the good thing is we already built this extension before just for draft.js. It kind of gives me a lot of context on at least what questions to ask now relative to the how it worked in draft, right? So that's good, right? So at least that previous knowledge from draft helps us a bit, right? Okay, cool. So if we go actually over here, how we name this for now is irrelevant, so I'm not gonna lose my sleep over it now. So let's not procrastinate. Let's just try to write some stuff. So let's do that. Let's see what's happening here. We don't know this API, right? But we can see pretty easily what this is. This is going to create a node, and node basically is just, in our case, is going to be our card node, but think of paragraph, span, bold. So this is just a way to create a new node in that kind of nested object tree, right? And then I guess this is their API to figure out. So the name of the node is going to be URL card. It has no default HTML attributes, so I guess, right? It is a block type, right? So just like in CSS, inline block, and stuff like that. We'll see what this is literally, but it seems that it doesn't kind of make sense that it's but it may be an inline block. We'll see. We don't want that. Atom true. No attributes, parse HTML, and then I guess this defines the actual block that it's a type div. So somewhere around here we'll have to define our actual yeah, we'll see about that in a moment, hopefully. Yes, there is quite some stuff, right? So we'll definitely need to learn some of this stuff, right? Without a doubt. David, my friend, good evening, buddy. But I'm still very impressed with ChatGPT. This would take us a long time to research, a long time. Then create a node view. Okay, we'll need to start kind of asking a bit of questions here soon. Finally add card and Euroscape extensions and node view to your editor. Okay. Yeah. Extension. So yeah, URL scraper, URL card. So both of those are actually, I see. Okay. So let's get actually back here and we'll slightly change this. So custom extensions. We're going to get rid of that useless folder. So we have URL card, which is, I guess, the extension as well itself. It's just funny that we didn't use create extension like we did here for the open graph thing, right? We're saying literally extension create. Here we're just creating a node. So we'll have to see about that in a moment. Then create a node view. Okay, URL card view. Finally, add the URL card and URL scraper extensions and node view to your editor. And I don't know what this view is. Okay, let me just add. This is something I can't logically decipher. What is a node view? In Prose Mirror, which Tiptap is built on, a node view gives you full control over how a node, a piece of content in the editor like paragraph, a heading, or a custom component like an embedded video or an image is rendered. When you use node view, you have full control over the DOM for that node and can use any technology you want to render it, including a library like React or Vue. I see. A node view is an object or class that provides certain methods which Prose Mirror calls to create and update the DOM representation of a node. Update select node. In Tiptap context, you can use a node view to create interactive or complex nodes using a component-based view like React. This can be particularly useful when you want to include a lot of custom interactive behavior in a node, like pieces of embedded. When using React with Tiptap, you can use the node view React renderer from the Tiptap React package to create a node view for a React. So why didn't you use the... Yeah. Oh my, did you just subscribe for 6 months? David, thank you very much, dude. That's crazy. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. And Lentes, thank you very much as well for your follow. Really? That's crazy. How am I missing those things? Jesus Christ. Insane. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Crazy stuff. All right, so let's try to get something at least that we can try and make work, and then we'll try start testing it a bit. So we have the URL card. We have the scraper thing, or which is in our case called, what's it called? Open Graph card. Extract the text that was inserted text, then try to match this against the URL. Hey, is this the URL? All right, if the URL is a match, yeah, we'll be able to prettify this a bit, blah, blah. And then, I don't know why we need a set timeout here, though. This feels like a hack, but we don't actually care. It's okay. And then we replace the actual state with, I guess this is like an anchor and a focus, just like in Draft or in generally in plain JavaScript. And then we have the URL card. Yeah, so the only thing that I'm confused about still is this URL card view. It seems to be some sort of wrapper by this Prose Mirror thing that gives you more fine-grained access over something. But let's see, I cannot pretend that I actually understand what this actually is. So let's just pretend for a bit that we are okay with it. URL card view. And then we'll see in a moment, like, if this makes any sense. It is a bit complicated, but that's just because we don't understand it yet. Okay. Yeah, and the only thing that kind of worries me a bit now, because is that I'm not getting any IntelliSense for this thing. So hopefully that's still part of the API of Tiptap. Actually, it is here. It is here. Okay. Node view. Node React node view render. So I suppose they renamed this. I can only suppose that, right? Yeah, exactly. It takes the component, then takes some optional options. Let's see what those options are. Old node. Yeah, let's not pretend that we can decipher what some of those are. But yeah, it actually takes an update, a class name, and attribute. So that's beautiful, actually. That's useful. I have a feeling we're gonna end up using that. That's good. Okay, so we create this URL view render, and then we pass it some dummy Hi World React component. And then we're gonna be getting those node attributes. So hopefully we're gonna get the metadata from that thing. Let's pretend to be understanding this for a bit as well. Okay, cool. And let's pretend to be fully understanding that as well. So let's just pretend a lot. And let's take a look at our Swagger. Why do you always open on the wrong screen? It's beyond me. So what's our scraper URL? So this is how we scrape. We pass the URL. Okay, so let's I suppose actually that we have already something in or maybe I've removed it. Yeah, I've probably removed it. Yeah. So let's we're gonna say here request, which is our own Axios wrapper service, whatever. Let's say here request, which is just an object, not a class, and then we're gonna say, why am I using it in other places? What the hell? Okay. It's going to be request.post. Give me a second here. Well, we'll see about that. Let's not pretend that much. Then we actually don't need any of that. Yeah, okay, great. All right, well, that's that. Okay, cool. Let's go back to this fella of ours now, and let's go to, and this is gonna be the moment of truth or moment of failure. So let's go to Tiptap. And to this horrendous piece of code, super large. And where's our extensions? Where am I defining that? Here. Just gonna add them here. Hmm. All right. Now the moment of time is that if the editor is going to completely fail or will it not? That is the main question now. Let's install those missing dependencies now. All right, cool. Shit. pm dev. You can do it. Let's go. You can compile. You can do it. You can do it. Did our JSON web token expire just at this moment in time? I suppose. Okay, so we're still kind of failing, and that's okay. I mean, it's not ideal. I wish it's not, but yeah. Useless error. Okay. Open graph card line 29. Okay. Open graph card line 29. That's because this inserted text is probably undefined or something like that, or null because there's no text yet, and that's okay. We can't expect ChatGPT to generate a perfect code, right? So let's hope it's that. Let's hope this is just null or undefined. It is, as I suspected, right? Yeah. So yeah, we need to do a simple check here so we can say, hey, so if inserted text, if type of inserted text is a string, is not a string actually, let's just early return, right? Then yeah, just return, right? Let's try that, right? Alex Robot 10. Let's see. Okay. Now obviously this is, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait. Leo, my friend, you can't go. Sorry, man. You gotta be here the whole time. You're not allowed to go. Okay, so basically what I would expect now is that when I paste this, I would expect this. The extension that I have here is called, let me actually read it. I don't remember. Why the fuck is it showing this crap, man? Alex, another sub. Thank you very much, buddy. And when I see the yellow logo, I'm gonna know. Yeah, exactly. Lens error. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Something like that. Yeah, error lens. Actually, a colleague of mine at work, Lee Khan, the guy that I work with, he gave me this today, and I was super happy, man. I'm a VS Code freak, and I didn't know that this exists, so I was super jealous. He literally hurt my ego. I'm like, man, you just hurt my ego, right? So yeah, that's my pleasure, David. My pleasure. Panosa, man, thank you. As always, not to repeat myself, thank you for being here, dude. I hope you come anytime you can, man. I truly hope so. Yeah, man, the extension is amazing. The extension is amazing. Gru, it's not an extension, it's a font. It's ligatures inside of the font. You have to enable, but you can get Fire Coda. I will implement it in the next stream or two, 100%. 100%. Here's the font. Here's the font group. All right, so let's see what the hell is happening. So insert this. So this clearly is not going to work, right? So we have a step. So let's actually print the step. So this inserted text, I'm pretty sure they changed the API, which is why we're getting the undefined, right? Without a doubt, I'm almost certain of that, right? So we have the step, then we have the slice, then we have the content, which is an array, it seems. So we have step.slice.content. Let's print that. And I don't think yeah. Yes, content. Yeah, so that is the difference, right? And then there's no such thing as text content because the content itself give me a moment. 25 gold. Good evening, my friend. So this is a fragment, which is an object. So there's content. Is it like content? Maybe dot content again. Oh, wait a minute. Come on. Shut the fuck up. Ah, I see. First child, append. Replace child, text between. Interesting. So let's try interesting. Okay, give me a moment here. To string. Let's try to string. Yeah, well, that's not particularly useful, is it? Because it's not really. I see. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what else can we do. So let's just print the size of the text, though. Let's try that. Give me one moment. This is now kind of a battle, right? So this is well, I think so. Yeah, we have to get the whole string. Yeah, certainly, right? Without a doubt, right? So we need to get the whole string, right? But that's the thing, right? I think this is just a single step, so that's illogical, right? So in order for us to get the whole string, at least, so you can see what the problem here is. My suspicion is that the step is a single action, a single transaction. A transaction in this case could be a key press, right? So we would need to kind of, so that's why this task is going to be hard, because someone can come and paste something in here, right? So for example, let me show you. If I still use, let's say, if I still go content, let's actually try that, right? I say to string, and then I actually go ahead in there and paste the actual URL, right? So I do this, I paste it, boom, now we get it. So that's actually what we want. So that's actually fine, right? So actually this is what we want, I think. Now, I don't know why it has those things around it. Right, so that's actually what we want. That's okay. I do this. And the only problem is that it has those very strange. Why does it have like, why does it have this around the stuff, right? That's kind of a bit concerning. Text between. This is what we want, right? I guess. From 0, I guess. Or from 1. Let's try that. Pretty crazy shit, right? I'm gonna just try to be clever here. And then we say step.slice.content.get to string dot length. Just for fun. Let's just see what we get here. Let me try to be clever. And of course this is gonna fail now because, yeah, I messed something up. Yeah, we could also try the size. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, right? We could say dot size, right? No, oh, let's see now. Yeah, but this is the problem. Why the fuck are we getting those things? This is what I wanted to... never mind, never mind, never mind. What? Interesting. So actually, so we're good. So yeah, we're good. Doctorious Quack. Thank you very much, buddy. Very cool username. Okay, I think we nailed it here in that sense. Let's take a look. Console. So if I paste this thing, yeah, there we go. So we get the proper URL. Beautiful. That's what we want. We're so smart. We're so smart here. Great. So let's smack that in there. So that's good now. So that's the proper text. So let's now see what happens next. So now we have passed that point of failure, right? So let's now see where else do we fail. MC, thank you very much, buddy. So this is good. So we have now, we're getting this. Let's actually just make sure that, let's also just do dot trim. Because I don't see, just to make sure, yeah. We'll just, yeah. So paste this thing. Okay, great, and you can see we're actually sending the request, so that's great. So we are actually hitting our scrape URL API. That's beautiful. Invalid URL. Perfect, perfect. That's super good. Is this on? It's on, Stacko. Okay, that's great. So we do actually get here, we do get the URL match. Let's actually see what the hell is the URL then. The URL is URL. Wow, actually the feature is supposed to, so when you go to, so when you paste the URL, so if I go back to Twitter, right? No, that's Twitch. I created this Twitter account just for testing. So in Twitter, if you paste some URL and then you click tweet, or if you just paste URL, you see how it gets the metadata of the URL and then shows this card, right? So it's gonna do this, right? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, basically, yeah. So that's kind of, and we have, I wrote this logic before, but that's what we're doing, yeah. The URL is HTTPS, so the URL is actually valid. Now, let's see my scraper. I wrote this scraper pretty long ago. No, it's not. No. Well, also the YouTube video is a custom, but no. The YouTube video is a Tiptap extension we installed. This is a custom extension we have to build because this has to call my API, this endpoint, blah 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 blah. Right? So no, not really. Let me just see, maybe what we're sending to the API is not... It is a tricky one. It is a tricky one, but I think it's going to be fun to build this. It is a painful one, and you'll see why. I have no doubts that we're going to make the functionality work the same like on Twitter, but it needs to also do some other things, which it's definitely going to be a bit painful. Okay, let's see what dog cat... Okay. So our API is getting an empty object, which is why it's failing. So it's not actually, so let's see, probably my, of course. Okay, let's see, body URL. So I think we actually only have to say here URL, right? Shit. So that's why. And also, yeah, this is just a dummy. This is just a dummy name now. We're gonna rename that, improve that code. Let's not waste time with details. So let's see now, bam. And there we go. My API now works. It returns the image of this Tiptap extension. Unfortunately, it couldn't find the name and URL, super awkward. So probably this URL is not the greatest example. Let's find another URL. Let's go to, let's find, I don't know, let's go to npm.js. Let's try to scrape this. And boom, here it is, right? So my API still works. You can see name npm, URL is this, description is this, and the image is this. So good. So now we're actually getting it back to this fella over here, right? So let's get back to the code. That's beautiful. So here we are actually, in fact, now is this correct here? That's what but we can see that this metadata for sure, if we print it here, is going to be our actual data from the API, right? So let's go to this thing again. And if we actually paste this in here, you can see that we actually get the metadata, which is beautiful, right? So that's great. Now we have to figure out, because yeah, if this is the way now, so let's see what this new state has. New state dot, is there a schema? There is, okay, dot nodes, yes. Dot node, an object mapping the schema nodes named, okay. Dot, okay, so we're creating a node inside of the nodes array. So here we're actually creating the card. Hugo, thank you very much, buddy. And then we do this transaction thing here, and then we dispatch the new state. Yeah, but there's no such dispatch, so maybe did they change it to apply maybe or something? Let's see. Apply transaction maybe, but let's see. So what does the apply transaction, apply the given transaction to produce a new state? So that's probably the thing, right? Let's take a look at that again. So let's refresh this fella over here. Let's just go, let's get this node package. Let's hopefully open that again. Let's try apply transaction, which verbose variant of apply that returns the precise transaction that were applied, which might be influenced by the transaction hooks. Yeah, like, yeah, we're definitely super far from understanding that, like weeks far away. So let's not pretend that we do understand it at all, actually. The only question now I have, let's actually see what this transaction is. Thank you very much, everybody. Seriously, bunch of subs today, bunch of follows. That's really nice. It feels that yeah, that feels nice. Thank you. So this is the transaction. So we have this, but can we decipher this somehow? Can we make sense of this? Can we convert this to JSON or something to see what this actually is? There, like, let's take a look at that. Is there like a transaction to JSON or to JSON? Is there like dot? Yeah. David, thank you very much, man. Thank you for those subs and all of the stuff, and thank you for being here, dude. Appreciate it, man. Very much. And why do we need a set timeout? That's super fishy. Maybe there's some concurrency type of issue that we're solving here. I don't know. But let's see what happens if we also remove that stuff. MSW, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it very much. Okay, well, this does happen though, right? So that's problematic. We have this URL card. Ah, shit, no. But so URL card create, right? And we pass it the metadata. So we create a node, we pass it this metadata, which means that in theory, then this node that we've created, right, it's supposed to get this metadata as prop. So we have this URL card, and this fella is the URL card. This is the name, right? So like, let me just print something. So logically, if we even attempt to render this node, we should see that thing or saying rendering. But it isn't, right? And then also, what about this fella over here, right? React node view render. So something probably isn't firing. So I think we're kind of very close to get something on the screen. It's just that. Okay, and then new state to JSON. Yeah, beautiful. So let's hope that we're gonna get the actual state of the editor as JSON. So let's see after that the transaction is actually applied. Yeah, we do. That's beautiful. Okay, great. So let's see what's happening. Let's see if that node is ever created. So here it is, doc, content, paragraph, content, text. We have a text there, marks, link. So yeah, so we can kind of see, so this is useful for sure, I think, but we can see that that node was never actually created, right? And if I actually move back here, didn't those guys have some sort of replace, like replace, give me 2 seconds, insert text. Yeah, we're actually having the replace as well over here. Step from. Okay, so then we get the URL. Just earlier turn. Let's not create those wrapped things. Yeah. So now we're in this kind of gray zone where it's a bit painful, right? We don't know the, yeah, I think the destructuring thing is failing, right? Object null is not iterable, cannot blah blah blah, open graph line 33. Yeah. Ah, fuck you, man. Come on. Why are you making it so hard? All right, cool. What? No, I didn't actually. That's a good idea. Let's do it. Give me just 2 seconds. What did we? URL match. Insert the text match. If URL. If there's URL match. Okay. Okay, so let's fix that actually. So that's okay. There's something, I mean, it's fine. I mean, this is honestly, if you ask me, fully expected. I would expect this. I actually am pretty happy how far we got in very few minutes, because I'm pretty sure that we're gonna yeah, ChatGPT has helped us here tremendously, right, in this research of the, and then we obviously over time, over next few streams, we have to truly give our best to understand the API of this extension API that they have, right? Okay, I don't know why I'm wasting time with this crap, honestly. Whatever, let's just leave it like that. Just leave it like that. Let's get back over here. And like you said, let's print the card. But which card should be printed is the question, right? So we have this. Yeah, this one. Right, yeah. Let's try that. URL card is here. It has attributes, metadata, correct. Content. So content seems to be the problem. Maybe, wait a minute. But I think this is only supposed to kind of tell it which node to render. And then the node itself, that's why I basically, yes, so we can see basically the only issue is that this never gets triggered. So URL card view render. Let's just put some logs all over the place, right? Just so we can kind of let's just see if any of this is actually ever called, right? And then we can reason about that in such a way, right? No, it's not, right? So that's the problem. Let's see, are we getting any errors? We're not. So did we miss to copy paste something from this fella over here? Editor extensions content is empty. Editor props, node views, URL card. Let's go back here. URL card view, right? Is that what we're doing? Yes, URL card view is that thing that we've exported. So that's also correct. Let's see what else. Your React components. The only difference between what they have and us is basically that we named this differently, right? So this is how the ChatGPT has it, but that export doesn't really exist. That's the problem. And I think that's what we are failing now with. Yeah, hey, that doesn't exist. That's what it's telling me. So what else we have? Renderer. What if we use this renderer instead? But this seems to be some class, so I don't think so. Let's just try to brute force it a bit for a second. No, exactly. Okay, so this seems to be correct, right? This seems to be correct, and this takes a component and takes some options. So let's see which options it takes. Attributes, ignore stop event, update, as. What is this as? me just test one thing. I would just like to get to the bottom of this node view constructor. Okay, let's see what this takes. The node, declare node view constructor, it takes a node, a view, decorations, type of function provided. The type of function provided, parameter editor provides node views to create node views. Yeah, fuck, we can't really understand that now. That's too much, way too much. But I just want to see, so node view constructor, so we have node views here. So the node, any kind of string, right? And then the node view constructor, which is what maybe where we are making a mistake. And then it takes the actual node. So it seems to be a function, right? Yeah, it seems to be a function, and right, not an object, so maybe that's an issue, right? Let's try that. I believe that maybe that's slightly an issue, but actually no, it's good because URL card view is actually, yeah, this I feel might be an issue because based on this type, wait, let me ask ChatGPT because my brain is a bit fried. No, but I don't think I don't think this guy is understanding what I'm saying, because as far as I can see, and I might be mistaken, yeah, exactly, right? Something like that. I think that would be more correct. So wait a minute. So hard node views. All right. Yeah, exactly. React Node Viewer Render. Guten Abend. Diogenes, good evening, buddy. Create a node extension, create a React component, pass the component to the provided. Yeah, so this is what we need. Okay, let's see. So node create, add node view. Oh, interesting. I think this is kind of what we have to do most likely, right? So node create. Yeah, pretty much this, right? I think so, at least. And then we do this. So freaking hard. Okay, let's see if this explodes in 2 seconds. Well, it didn't explode yet, so that's something. Thank you very much, 20 kilos for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's see now. So React component extension, React, okay. And then they register. So this is their React component, right? Let's take a look actually. Component extension. Ah, shit, man. Actually, we have the whole thing here. This is good. We could have just used this actually. That's pretty amazing. Sheet. Okay. So actually good. I think yeah, I think we're gonna get there, definitely. I have a feeling of that, because I think we're not doing much wrong, to be honest. So I think the difference for us is that it's slightly not, it's more complicated for sure, right? And let's just put this shitty set timeout back, because I'm a bit worried about that there's some magic concurrency wise there that's happening. So let's just, I'm using the default theme. I'm using the default dark default theme with the background, just with the background basically. My pleasure, man. Node wrapper, yeah, that's actually correct what we're doing. Add node view, correct. So maybe, yeah, let's just see here for the extension. So what they're doing different. So they have a name, yeah, URL card, group, block. That's also what we have. Group, block, atom true. then add attributes parse HTML. Our parse HTML implementation maybe slightly differs. No, it doesn't actually. So we have return, then we have an object inside as well. It has a tag div, then get attributes. So that's okay as well, I suppose. Then we have render HTML, which has HTML attributes. We just print something in there. Yeah, let's maybe just try the same thing here. And then let's just say here div as well. I don't think this is going to do anything. And then there's this thing here. Very interesting. Okay, add the node view. Okay. And yeah, so we actually have that. We've added that up here already. Okay, shit. Just do this. And then let's just move this into a component somewhere around here. So const component is equal to that, and then that, right? Yeah. Let's call this just div, just for my sanity's sake, and let's wrap this in an h1 and say that, whatever. Okay. Did this change anything at all? But I believe that at this point it's probably some other logic, or this pasting logic that's now kind of, and then let's try to have it exactly as they have it in their own example. So if we go back actually here, extensions, okay. Shit. I think we'll need to continue this tomorrow, because I think it's going to be slightly more complicated, because here we are actually hooking into the plugin system of the Prose Mirror, right? So now we are kind of outside of the domain of the Tiptap itself, but kind of we dived into a bit lower level API of this extension thing, right? So I think we'll need to continue this tomorrow, primarily because, yeah, it's going to be a bit more complicated, because I'm pretty sure that this thing is fine, but this is not really the problem, because this component now I'm sure is written well, but this thing is not being triggered properly, because this thing is supposed to insert the URL card, then append the state, right? And yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing that. Doesn't seem to be doing it. So there's something in here basically that doesn't do things properly. So we'll need to investigate that tomorrow. I'll need to round up now. It's midnight here. Yeah, but apparently it's the same thing, right? Apparently it's the same thing. This just says that it's more verbose or something like that. Let's take a look, right? Right, so it doesn't apply. That's the problem. So, and where is this new state? Where do we? Okay, same shit exactly. Allows the plugin to append another transaction to be applied after the given array of transactions. When another plugin appends a transaction after this was called, It is called again with new state and new transaction, but only the new transaction won't be passed. So super curious, because kind of we do get like this all kind of does happen, right? Let me just try one thing, one crazy shit before we leave. Give me a second. So let's go to feed. Fuck, let's actually not do that yet until I check what we're doing. Dates. This is just my... All right, never mind. And I don't genuinely know. Now we have kind of mixed those two solutions. So yeah, it's unclear. But we'll need to, we'll figure it out. It's just, yeah, it's gonna be a bit nasty because we need to go into the pros mirror thing, right? But it's okay. Yeah, so we'll need to learn this API. That's all, because it's clearly yeah, it's clearly gonna be a slightly painful, but I'm sure tomorrow we're gonna figure. Let me just, before I leave, ask the... Oh, okay, wait, let's see. Okay, so, well, yeah, let's see. Maybe it's gonna... Ooh, push. There's a push. Come on, man. Yeah, we don't have the push thing, so I'm not quite sure what is that meant to do. Oh, is it? Ah, you mean over here? Let's see about that. Yeah, transaction.push is not a function, right? It doesn't new transaction URL card. Why do we have a new transaction? Oh. Ah, shit, we have this one here. Okay. Let's say new transaction. Wait, so new transactions, what the fuck, where's... Ah, okay. Ah, I see. So it rewrote this slightly. I see. Okay, let's try that a bit, right? So outside of this for loop, we create this fellow over here. Yeah, so we have this. Then we have a new transaction here. Yeah, this is just, oh my fucking god, yeah. So then new transactions push. And then new transaction, right? Then I suppose we're supposed to return. What the fuck happened here? What the hell did we do? Let's just make it basically work again. Look at the head, exactly. All right, good. Is that what we have to do, right? I suppose. But then it fucking fails instantly. Okay, well, I mean, that's not bad that it actually fails, I think. Where's this new state? Yeah, URL card. Give me a second. Let's go back to, let me actually also just do this thing. I never fucking know. Maybe this is still needed or not, I have no idea. Ah, okay, I see. Give me a sec. I saw something here. Ah, man. In this revised version, use state tr replace with step from to URL card. Well, it could be very much. I mean, yeah, actually, that's a very good point, Sako. That's a very good point. We also have, yeah. Exactly. Well, we should be able to remove this, but that's a very, very good point. I think I'll need to round up in 5 minutes. My brain is kind of slowly shutting down now. But yeah, that's a very good point, right? Very good point. That's a very good point. Okay, wait, bear with me. Thank you very much, Maggers, if I can still read. All right, so let's actually try, because I need to go. My brain is. Let's just try one thing before I actually go. Let's just try to, because Sako is right, and I don't know actually how is this API. So let's just go here and say, can you rewrite this? So can you rewrite this with maps, and also ensure that the async stuff is finished before we push a new slash. Exactly right. So the thing is, I think the problem with this approach and problem with what ChatGPT did, right, is actually quite reversed, because the thing is, the fetching of this thing is supposed to actually happen inside the component that we render, not vice versa, right? So in simple words, so I think I might have an idea. So instead of doing this here, right, and instead of passing the metadata, we're going to pass the URL, right? And then the component that gets created, the node itself, would be responsible to fetch the actual metadata and then do the rest of the things, right? So now, since this is no longer asynchronous, right, we can see if there's any difference now, right? But regardless if there's a difference or not, this is the way to do it. And actually, we now see that transaction, and we can see that something indeed is actually happening. Now we don't see any Mood, thank you very much, and I'm gonna get back to your comment, Ryan, in a moment. But now actually, if we get over here, so this actually is kind of okay, right? This is not disgusting or stupid, right, at all. So I think we are onto something, and thank you, Sako. That was a very good thing that you saw. Now we can actually see that we do indeed now replace things. It's just that the component itself doesn't render. So because I don't see that. So we do this, we do the new transaction, we push this, we replace stuff. So we can see that we do replace the stuff, because we can see that the text itself disappears. And then we do this, right? So yeah, so it's the only thing that we're not so what's not happening now is, so let's actually go back here. Let me just try to nuke this for a moment, see if, because now it's kind of hard to say where the issue is, but I think we're, yeah, so we can see that the transaction is indeed here. And now when we click out, when we lose the focus of this, yeah. So yeah, so the issue seems to be basically that if we go yeah, I don't actually see any of those things happening. Wait. Yeah, I mean, it's perfectly fine, right? Like it's very logical to choose whatever you like more, right? So that's good. It's very good that you found something that you like. That's incredibly important, right? So super nice, super nice. Okay, so let's not print this anymore, and that's okay. And so push a new transaction. Yeah, definitely, man, 100%. Okay, so let's actually round up here. It's midnight here. It's 10 past midnight. So let's just round up. But I think, yeah, we're definitely gonna get further with this tomorrow in the stream. And I've been good. I think I've been streaming now for 2.5 hours, and I need to go to work tomorrow, so I need to round up. And I guess, Ryan, you live in the US most likely, which is why you joined a bit later. But yeah, let's nice. We had a few more people signing up today. Amazing. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, let's round up. What can I say? As always, thank you, fellas, for moment. Sako, go ahead. Go ahead, Sako. It is live. You can just go to the link that's right below my body here, and you should sign up and stuff. Yes, yes, of course. It's definitely live. It's definitely live. You used dispatch. Yeah. The thing is, this guy has suggested dispatch on the state, right? But I couldn't find the dispatch on the new state. So new state.dispatch. At least I didn't see that. No, we can try again, but it didn't exist for me, so I don't actually know. It's probably erroring out now. Yeah, so dispatch doesn't really exist, right? Thank you very much for the follow, Mido. So pros mirror dispatch transaction. Okay, maybe it's on the transaction, right? Dispatch transaction. I wonder where do we get it? Maybe from the append. Okay, let's actually good. So new state editor returns a transaction. Then I suppose has some dispatch somewhere. Command state editor state dispatch transaction. Okay, Sako, give me a moment. Let me open that up. Yeah, but where can we get a dispatch from? Type command state so where do we what is a command, right? It's definitely not here inside of the actual append transaction because I can't see it, right? So transaction that inherits from something called transform, then transaction has this type command which then takes or has this dispatch thing, right? So yeah, indeed there's something. In some cases the editor view is passed as a third argument. Yeah, but what is the command, right? Commands are functions that take state and a non-optional transaction dispatch function. I don't get it, right? I don't actually get it. And how did the ChatGPT do it? New state. Okay, so well, this thing is apologizing. You're right, I apologize for the confusion. Dispatch method exists in the editor object rather than the state itself. However, you can't access the editor object directly. That said, in Prose Mirror and hence Tiptap, append transaction itself is not designed to handle this asynchronous task. No, it doesn't have anything like that, no. But actually what this is saying now is something like this. So get the URL being loaded, metadata. Let's actually rewrite this so I only pass down the URL that when it gets successfully validated, parsed to the URL. What is it? Let me actually try to the URL card, and then the URL card React component can fetch the URL itself. And Ryan, I'm very sorry for not being back and forth with you. I'm just want to spend a few more minutes trying to solve this before I head off. But hearing that I inspired you in some way, it's always good, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, buddy. Likewise. And thank you for being here. Jesus fucking Christ, that's not what I want, man. All right, let's go back here. So what did it, so this is URL being loaded. So what do we do here? So we create some state. Yeah, but where is the, I still don't see any dispatch here or anything like that. So I don't see how is this gonna work, genuinely. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll need to round up. But let's continue this tomorrow. Yeah, let's continue it tomorrow. I'm too tired now. My brain is shutting down. It's almost exactly. You know, I can see that now. I'm just shifting away with my mind. So let's just round up. Sako, always happy to see you here, man. Panausa was also here, so super nice. And yeah, I'll see you around, man. Thank you, everybody. Whenever you have the time, do just come around. I hope you have a great time. Say hi to your better half. And for the rest of you guys, thank you very much for being here. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. And I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. Have a good evening or a good day. And let's see each other tomorrow. Peace out.